Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is really exciting. You guys seem to love the dupes video I did on the fly when I was on vacation, so I thought I'd do another one for you. I really love doing these because I have so many duplicates and I wish somebody would have told me before I bought them. So today's video, as you can see in the title, is all about brushes. We're going to be doing affordable brushes that are dupes for high-end brushes, and most of my brushes that I have in front of me, actually all but one of them, is from Sigma because they are higher end, they are a little bit more expensive, and these are ones that you can pick up at the drugstore, going to do exactly the same thing. The only one that isn't a Sigma brush is a MAC brush, and again, it's very expensive, and I have a duplicate. Actually, I've got two duplicates for it. I'm real excited to get into this. I hope you like this video. If you want me to do eye brushes, let me know in the comments below. Give me a big thumbs up on this one as well, and share with your friends. If you like dupes videos, because who doesn't like to save some money? But this is all face brushes, and let's go ahead and just hop right in. So the first Sigma brush that I'm going to be showing you today is the F60 brush. This is a foundation kind of a paddle brush. It's really beautiful and it works really, really well. It's very tightly condensed and the bristles are really nice and tapered. I find that I use this mostly for foundation. This is what it's meant for. That's what it says on the handle, but I use brushes for whatever I want them for. I don't really go by whatever they're labeled, but I found a dupe, and today the dupe is our friend from Wet n Wild. This one doesn't have a name, but it is a paddle brush as well. It is tightly condensed and it does have those really dense bristles, and together, I mean, they look, this one I just washed, so it's kind of warped. It just dried a little bit wonky. Only difference is that this handle is a little bit longer. I'll give you a close-up view to these ones that are identical. They look very, very similar. They work exactly the same, and quite honestly, I wish I would have known before I bought my Sigma brush, because my Wet n Wild is what I usually go to. I always usually go to my Wet n Wild brushes for some reason. I gravitate towards these guys, and you're saving crazy amounts of money by buying something from the drugstore. Also, it does have a little divot in it, which is really nice, so you know where to hold the brush when you're applying your foundation. I'll also make sure that I link all the brushes down below that we talk about today. I'll put the prices next to them as we go through them as well. So the MAC brush that I am going to be duping today is the MAC 130, I think that's what it is, the MAC 130 brush. This brush is really nice. I usually use this to blend out my under eye concealer. I also go through, and if I'm doing a little bit more of concealing and I want a softer touch, I'll go ahead and kind of go through that area on my chin or around my nose. Love this brush, but I do have two dupes for you today. I have a bonus dupe. The first one is from e.l.f. and this one is called the small stippling brush. It's very similar to the MAC one. They have the same dense bristles. They're both compact. They're very tightly bound in their little cylinders. I find that both of them feel almost exactly the same when you rub your fingers across them. And the second one that I found is from Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild's coming with the brushes, I swear. This one again is very similar. It has the same density on the top. They feel all exactly the same. They're all tightly bound in their little cylinders. They all work exactly the same. They're going to give you all the exact same finish. These ones are awesome, and especially because the MAC brushes are crazy expensive, you can actually get either one of these. If you can't find a Wet n Wild one, at least you have the option to get an e.l.f. one, and they're going to do the exact same thing. Next high-end brush that we're going to be talking about is the Sigma large angle contour brush F40. I love this brush. Let me tell you, I live for a good angled brush. This is great for contour. It's great to bronze up the whole face. It has a long handle, which I love. I mean, this brush is my ride or die. I've got like 3 of them, but I didn't realize that I've got so many other brushes that do exactly the same thing and are angled as well. And again, I've got a bonus one for you. So the first one is from ColourPop, and I find that the actual look of them is very similar. They're both tapered on that top part. They both are actually divoted on the cylinder part of it as well, and they both look almost identical. You can tell I really have loved this one to death. It's kind of starting to fray out just a little bit. But the thing is with these, I find that they're almost identical in the way that they apply the makeup. They both have those tightly densed bristles. They are nice and broken in. A second one I have found, if you want to go even cheaper, is from Wet n Wild. And this contour brush looks almost identical to these. They're cut exactly the same. They all have the exact same look here. They all do exactly the same thing. I have used all three on my face, and honestly, I couldn't tell a difference. They all dispense the product exactly the same. They give you that contoured, chiseled look. They apply beautifully and blend out all of the bronzer and the contour just perfectly. If you're looking for a cheaper alternative or a lower price alternative, ColourPop is amazing. If you want an even lower price alternative, I would say Wet n Wild for sure. So the next Sigma brush is a $25 brush. Can you believe it? A $25 brush from Sigma. It's the F82, and this is the round top kabuki brush. This brush is beautiful. This was like ride or die for everybody on YouTube about 5 years ago, even probably like 3 years ago. I mean, it's $25 freaking for one brush. I mean, that's insane to me. And I actually found 2 dupes for it because I'm just duping out everything today. I found one from e.l.f., which is amazing. And this one is actually, what do they call this? The round top kabuki. It's a buffer brush. It looks just like this. And next to this brush, it does have a little bit more of a rounded top. You're gonna get the exact same finish on both of these. They're really beautiful, and they really do buff out all of the makeup and all of the foundation that you have. This one says that it's a rounded top. Funny enough, I find that the e.l.f. one is a lot more rounded, and they still both give you the same finish. The next one I found was actually at Walmart, and this one is a Moda Pro. Again, it is a little bit bigger than the e.l.f. round top kabuki, and it does have more of a shape of a Sigma brush, an F82. As you can see here, this one's a little dirty. I've been using it, but you can tell it does have more characteristics of the Sigma brush. It is cut a little bit more densely like the Sigma brush, but I find that this one actually buffs up my foundation so much cleaner. I don't have lines, I don't have streaks. It looks beautiful every time I use it, and I've been gravitating towards the Moda one, and I think it's like $7.99. It's crazy how inexpensive it is, and it works so well. I love this brush. This is definitely a new go-to for me, and I think I'll probably go back to Walmart and get the rest of the collection just so that I can try it out. But this guy has performed amazing, and I've actually gravitated towards him more than my Sigma. So if you want a cost-effective option, the Moda is great. If you don't want to pay $7.99, you want to pay less than that, I think the e.l.f. one's about $3.99 or so, and it's fantastic. And the last dupe I have for you today is another Sigma kabuki brush. This one is the flat top synthetic kabuki F80, and it's a flat top kabuki. I love this brush. I think it gives you so much more pigment in your foundation. It really does not soak up so much product, and I do love this brush, but I found a alternative and it works just as well. This one is the Milani foundation brush, and it looks like that, and it's flat as well. So the Milani one is a little bit bigger. It does fan out just a little bit more, and it does have more bristles, but I do find that this one actually buffs out your foundation a little bit better. You have less streaking, and the fact that you can actually cover a bigger or wider space on your face, like on your cheeks, with the Milani one than you can with the Sigma. Both of them are going to do the exact same thing, but I find that the Milani does not soak up as much foundation, so you're not using as much product when you're buffing it into your face. I really have been gravitating towards my Milani one other than my Sigma, and I really haven't been using my kabukis from Sigma all that often now because I have so many other options, and happily they have turned out to be affordable. So that's why I decided to do this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see the eye brushes next, please let me know in the comments below. I love you guys so much. If you have not already, please hit the subscribe button down below and the bell for notifications of upcoming videos. I have a lot to share with you. I'm very excited, so stay tuned and I'll be waiting right here for you. I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye.